this is a recent observation. I have never seen this before. I found this while I was putting this presentation together, and it's basically a hybrid ad. It has site links and the plus box for the product extension. I have never seen this before. Have you guys seen this? You guys working with the data feed? Yeah. So all I can figure is that Google is, testing again as they do. So my strategy, we had actually backed off on enabling site links for this client's dozens of campaigns, and instead went ahead and enabled product extensions. Now we're actually going to go back in and make sure that every campaign has site links too, just in case they do start to go, trend toward offering both in the ad. It could be because this client has, a very high relevancy, so they're ultra rewarding us. I'm not really sure, but it's, good stuff. Here's an example of data feed gone bad. So the product is a panel, for builders, for covering walls, interior and exterior walls. And on this search, somebody is wasting, their precious data feed and impressions selling curtains. So you want to make sure you know which queries you do not want to present for. Chances are you're not going to get an errant click on that anyhow, because people are searching for curtains, but you might as well clean up your act in the process. So you've got your product extensions running. You want to go in and find out what kind of traffic you're getting. The AdWords, you're going to run an ad report, and you scroll down, and you have to open up that, expand columns. And I click every single box. There are all these different metrics that Google's going to tell you. They're going to say how many times your ad presented with the little plus box, how many times the plus box was opened, how many times somebody clicked on one of the products, that's the offer click. And you can see, just all sorts of very granular detail, which is great. So what I look at is the plus box expansion rate and the show rate, and they give kind of a normalized show rate, which is good. So the idea is I want to see for all the times that it did present with the plus box, how many times has it expanded and clicked on. So what we're finding is, depending upon the search volume in a campaign, and how well crafted it is, the show rate is between 10 to 80%. On our most heavily trafficked campaigns, easily 50% and above. They're seeing the plus box. Whoops, what happened? There we go. So Google's showing these ads a lot. When the headline is clicked, when the plus box is shown, headlines are clicked about 5.3% on average versus a 5% regular click-through rate. Doesn't sound like a lot, that's a 6% increase. So, that's meaningful to me. The average plus box expansion rate, the average amount of time somebody actually opened it up and looked, is still low. It's about 6.5%. I think people are still getting used to what these things are. However, when it is expanded, the click-through rate is huge. It's averaging 30% click-through rate for my clients. In some cases, it's 90%. It's just insane. And the increase in conversion rate, which is what really matters, is 13%. So we can directly relate an increase in conversion rate of 13% when somebody expands one of these ad extensions. I like to run this report, it's the hourly report, to show impression share. We like to see what's happening. We look at all the different metrics over a 24-hour period, looking to see if what's happening at night, because a lot of traffic is coming in, a lot of searches looking for these products in the evening, and we want to make sure we're not losing position. And so one of the things I've been noticing is that in addition to that, I'm also looking at how our impression share has changed since we implemented ad extensions. So what this is saying is that before ad extensions were enabled, for an 18-day period in November, because I'm comparing it to a similar time frame this month, our average impression share, so the amount of time the percentage of time that Google presented our ad over all possible times that they could present it was 75%. Now it's up to 86 on average, and in some cases 90%. So what we're experiencing is not only is this a great experience for the user, but Google really likes these ad extensions, and they are giving us a lot of exposure with them. So why enable ad extensions? Improve click-through rate. You're speaking to multiple buyers with site links. You know, you've got 5 links in one, so you can really qualify your buyer. Why are you doing that to me? You can drive traffic, you know, to specific products and categories much, much easier, as opposed to just sending everybody to the home page. Just makes it that much easier to get the person to exactly what they're looking for. Conversion rates increase, and you're staying above the fold. And we're going to talk about the importance of that in just a second when we get into mobile. And then for the PPC rewards, improved position, reduced cost per click. We are definitely seeing we're getting better position for less money. One client saw their position increase, that should say 2 positions, and CPC decrease by 10%. So it's really powerful. You know, if you're driving, you know, hundreds of thousands of clicks through your campaign, it really adds up. What the heck is this? This is what my client said to me. What is this? This is his competitor over here on the side, hogging up, you know, 3 prime spaces, and there's no plus box. These ads just show up. It's like, what is this? So we thought, oh my God, you know, is this something that we missed? So finally, after a lot of searching, and it was forcing his ad down here. After a lot of searching, we finally find out this is Google's affiliate network, and it's in beta mode. So you have to be a merchant in their affiliate network in order for to get presentation of your ad like this. So on this query, this guy's been sitting here since November, and it's driving us crazy. We inched up our CPC a little because we were getting pushed down below the fold, but only a couple of pennies, and lo and behold, here we are up here in position 3, holding pretty steady right there, which is a real sweet spot for this client. So be aware of those. If you see those, it's not an ad extension, it's the affiliate network. And unless you're part of that, there's not much you can do. Okay, any questions before we jump into mobile real quick? Yeah.
Is that only for product? Can you do anything for services? For example, I have a hospital. If someone typed in orthopedics, could you get knee, wrist, back?
On the site links,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, on the, if you know, the ad extensions are just for products that you're selling. Yes.
So when you're doing that in an e-commerce setting, because that's what you're talking about, right?
Yes.
You're driving them to the shopping cart page?
Yep. Right to the product page where they can just put it in and buy. You know, presumably you're either getting them to a category page, you know, so on Bearcat police scanners, we're landing them on the Bearcat police scanner page where there are multiple products. On the specific model query, we're sending them right to that product page, making it real easy for people to buy.
Okay.
Did you have a question? Very niche site. She sells like 2 products, so she doesn't get a lot of traffic. But I was really amazed when I saw just over the last month, she had 560 mobile visits, and 100 of them, so almost 20% were from paid search. So people are finding you. You might as well, you know, make the experience more enjoyable. Research, you know, there's a lot of research about how many mobile devices have been shipped. I think what came out this week was that Google said they're shipping 65,000 Androids. Was it a day, Matt?
A day.
A day. 65,000 Androids a day. I got mine because, you know, you can get 2 for 1 right now. So right now their sales have outpaced iPhone, but I think in general they're still number 2 to iPhone. But what we're seeing here is that all this traffic is the full browser capable: iPhone, Android, iPod, iPad, and then BlackBerry. And there's a link there when you get the slides you can click through and see some of the research.